Tickets on the red, I get stacked, tag bags, passport full of places where the floorboards sag. Reading every record, folded, faded, torn. Names in ink and iron, we treat them like that's war. Global ghost hunt, we don't run, we listen. Heartbeat steady, every shadow we question. History humming, we just turn it louder. Clear voice rising from the cracks in the tower. Side by side, through the dark we move. Global ghost hunt, and we honor the truth. Teams from every time zone, log on, check in. Graveyard, old asylum, same chill on the skin. Hands on, heads bowed, say the names out loud. Not chasing any monsters, we're just making them proud. Global ghost hunt, we don't run, we listen. Heartbeat steady, every shadow, every question. History humming, we just turn it louder. Clear voice rising from the cracks in the tower. Side by side, through the dark we move. Global ghost hunt, and we honor.
Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching Channel Messages from the councils, whether it's a Council of Light, Council of 9, Council of 5, Council of 12, or just Council, the original Council. These are light beings that are here to help us, whether they are archangels, whether they are just beings that we haven't identified yet, or whether they are what we call galactic family. So whatever or whoever appears is to give us coordinates and messages for each and every one of us to travel to. And these coordinates in particular, when we arrive, we have different experiences, and they are all to help us start opening our remembrance, whether it's a remembrance of a gift, whether it's a remembrance of other lifetimes, whether it's remembrance of who we were in other lifetimes, or even who we are originally, or who we are, because were same. We just chose to forget for this incarnation. If you do not know how to travel, or astral project, or astral travel, however you want to call it, you could always set the intention that you'll go wherever we go. Now, at this moment, there's myself and 2 other members here, and we will bring you what we are experiencing. That does not mean that you are going to experience the same thing, because this is all to bring the personal journey to light. Each one of us has a different gift to open up. Each one of us has a different remembrance level that we need to inspire to remember even more, or fuel to remember more. And each and every one of us has a different path. Although we may join at some point in our lifetime, in our living as a human lifetime, but that does not mean we still don't have our individual paths and our individual goals. At this very moment, anyone who's alive is very important. Each and every one of us can make a difference, a lot of difference in the world, and a lot of difference in how we bring the light back to full shyness, full capacity, full brightness, so that the world can then shed of any negativity that it has been experiencing. And we all know the difference between light and dark. We know it. I don't care who you are, at some point, some degree, you know the difference between light and dark. And you have been brought down here to follow the light, even though we do have free will and we can choose to follow the darkness. That's up to us. That is not right, not wrong. That is your path. That's what you chose. Kudos to you for having free will. But at this moment, we do ask that the brightness needs to shine brighter so we can shed more light on what needs to disappear, what needs to be brought to the light so we can then heal it and release it. Now, I do ask everyone to just get comfortable, close your eyes, take a few slow, deep breaths to get you to be present in your own self and to then shut out the rest of the world because this is a personal journey. Even though we're doing it in a group, it's a personal journey. Now, this still works whether you do it now with us when we're live or whether you do it 3 months down the road in the recording. And I want you to understand that this is all for greatest good. And all our messages that are given to us, or they use our voice to get that message through to you. So whether it's a message that we get and we just say it, or a message that they say it through our voice, it's still the same. So again, take another couple of deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, nice and slow. Now I open the floor. And I understand one of the members already has a coordinate. We're going to start with hers, and then we'll take it from there.
17, 31, 2, 9, 1, Hermitite. 17, 31, 2, 9, 1, Hermitite.
Okay. Now, my experience at this very moment is that I am in a planet that looks like our moon, but I know it's not our moon. So it could be in another universe or the moon of a different planet. Not sure, but this is darker. It has more of black crystals, black rocks around, not just the grayish, dark gray, but it's very midnight black, so to speak. And I have no problems breathing. I see far, far away from me what I would consider buildings are strange, but what I would consider a town, to best explain it. And I am walking towards that town because it's calling me to go in that direction. And every single step I take, I see the ground floor, all intents and purposes, my walk, the sidewalk, whatever you want to call it. It's actually lighting up, so I can see every step that I'm taking that those black crystals, those stones are being lit, and they shine right through. They're very brilliant and very inviting. Like you could feel good as you're walking towards, for intents purposes again, the town. The buildings are very different than, and I'm calling them buildings very loosely here. Um, very different than the ones on Earth. as they're basically built in to a mountain, we could say. Um, but it's built in. So you have uh, the crystals or whatever as the walls, the roof, everything, just, and then the doorways and all that in the front. Um, but each one of them kind of, well, let's see, what's a good comparison? Hobbit houses. Um, but they're built into the dark, the very midnight black um, crystals or dirt. What I don't know what even to call it, the ground. Um, so that's where I am. If anybody has been experiencing anything different, I'm on my way there. I'm just slowly taking it all in.
I have I seem to be inside the crystal. Uh it's like a door, it's like a doorway. It's dark. I don't see features, but it feels safe. It feels like each one of us has can step into this um darkness and have their own journey.
Mhm.
Um, and this started when I was just observing the like a dark crystal set, small area, and gradually it got bigger and bigger until it was big enough that I felt like I could enter it. Um,
Mhm.
If you touch the walls, they will light like the floor does.
Mhm.
And there's also you have to look really closely because they're so tiny, but there's um, like gold flecks or a mineral similar to gold in the stone, in the crystals that kind of glisten when the light shines through.
Mm. Yes, of course, when you said that, I got down on the ground
Had to look.
and looked. Because I'm like, I
Did
need a
say the
rest.
walls also are.
I was like, she said the walls, but let me go check. And it does have those same little gold specks, I guess we call it, type of thing. Um, Very interesting.
The gold specks are um, knowledge threads. Interesting. And depending upon where you're standing in the room, the cluster of them adapts to what you need. Huh.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, this is definitely a different type of journey. We kind of said it today. Anyway. Okay.
For those who are listening, sometimes we encounter such novelty, takes us a little while to figure out what's going on.
Right. Yes. And again, please don't give up if you cannot see what we see. You just do the best you can, and that gift will open up the more you try to do this. As long as you just relax and really surrender and just try it. Just keep trying and it will definitely open up that part of your gifts.
For somebody who's watching, if you went to a place that is comparable to cotton candy. It's light, it's fluffy. It's not sticky, but it's light, it's fluffy. There is a scent that is unique for you. And it's a grounding station.
Mm-hmm.
And it will allow you to jump from where you are into, excuse me, other realms.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to explore.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm being joined by two small beings. Okay, let me rephrase that. Small for everybody else. For me, they're just right. Uh, and they're just walking with me. And as soon as they joined, I felt like this huge sense of love, protection, of safetiness, and felt lighter. Now, the lighter part, funny thing is, I am not walking now. I am just floating. So it's like basically they were thinking I was going too slow, and they're upping the ante here, and they're just taking me and helping me float to the town per se. Um, and I heard that there is someone there waiting for me. So uh, most likely it's you two, but it's just for the record. I guess they told me in a way they told me I was too slow today. Uh, so and also even though I'm floating, the ground or the walkway still lights up. So it's definitely not the pressure, but it's definitely the energy that you bring with you, your energy that lights it up. Um, so it's an individual type of thing again. Um, okay, so I'm at a abode, a building. It has two little windows here, and they're not square or octagon, or they're like the peak, really peakish on the top, and then wider on the bottom type of window, kind of like a hobbit house again. It's not round, it's just and the doorway has that same shape. So it's a peak and then it goes down that way. Um, very ornate, very beautiful. There is no doorknob. Um, it's how it opens is you have to knock on the door and knock on the frame, a certain code. One of the beings is doing it for me, so and the door just opened up. Very interesting to me. Okay. From what I understand, this is a place where all beings of all different types and races, etc., are welcome to come. And that's why they did it this way, because some cannot hold a doorknob like our doorknobs, but they can knock in one shape or form a code. And the door can open that way. So everything is geared for as many possibilities as possible, so that everyone can have access to these places. Now, the one being did tell me that this is not even in our galaxy. This moon, and I call it a moon because it feels moonish kind of, with the same craters and the same strange looking surface as our moon, just it's more like a midnight black looking type of thing. Um, but it in their universe or their galaxy is not considered a moon, but it's considered an actual what we would consider a planet. There is life. It may not be visible to us at any given moment or visible to anybody else at any given moment. But there is life, there is different dimensions, there is different layers, and the reason they have it so complexly created is so that predators and non-predators don't necessarily get along. So they want to make sure that no one sees anybody that they or meet up with anybody that wouldn't be to their benefit. They created this place for total peace so that each individual being can receive what it is that they truly need at that moment. And mm, Jazz, you were talking about the specs were um, moving depending on what the individual needed for knowledge, et cetera, et cetera. Well, they did that. So it's in everything is individualized. Even though all three of us are there, we really cannot see each other right now. We know we're there. Like I know both of you are in the same place because I feel your energy, but I don't see either one of you. I just see the place. And as I'm walking around, I don't even stumble into anybody else. But there are other beings there, right? Their energy is being felt by me. Um, so this is very interesting. And um, what I'm also being told is that this is equivalent to our Akashic records that we are able to access our memories. This is accessing, it's like a library, and you're able to access any knowledge or gifts that you are in need in order to help you in your journey. And not just, like I said, for humans. So any type of being that goes there. Um, and the specs. So I put my hand on a wall and the specs kind of got together and then they started coming like onto my arm and then just disappearing under my skin. And I am receiving in my brain, I'm seeing different pictures, I'm receiving the different knowledge, facts. I am getting to see the names of different books. I'm at the same time, all this is happening. I'm opening up books and ancient books, and I'm reading through them. Uh, uh, definitely a language I've never in this lifetime have even read or learned or know about, but I understand every single dot, everything that's written in these books. So it's definitely that they're opening up some ancient knowledge that um, I needed to open at this very moment. And that's why they took us there. For me, anyway. I'm sure for each and every one of you, you're seeing what you need to see or experiencing what you need to experience at this moment. Um, anyone else have different same?
In addition to what you described, the flexor dots doing for you, if you will, it also has the capacity to read your energy, health, and it will supply you with what you need for healing. And I felt them in my head, and kind of a swirling sensation. So kind of a cross between a swirling sensation and the feeling you have when you start to nod off, that kind of head drop feeling
Mhm.
or movement. And yet it's not a sleep sensation. It's just trying to describe what I feel. It is DNA is being worked on. That's about all I can really tell you. It has the capacity to identify and integrate healing for your highest good. Does that mean you're going to be totally healed of something? Not necessarily. Probably not. Because we need healing on all different levels, and sometimes we're not always conscious about what is most needed, nor do we always ask for what is most needed. And this intuitively addresses any concerns that are identified.
Mhm. Leave, do you have anything to add? Okay.
The gold flecks were kind of for me, they kind of became tendrils and they wrapped around my feet. And they wanted me to stay in that spot and uh kind of absorb the knowledge from those particular tendrils. Um, and then they showed me a large egg that was sitting on the thicker, rounder part. Okay. And the narrower part was at the top. It was about an egg about 6 foot tall. It wasn't black. It was kind of like a very dark green, with some black kind of going laced through it. Um, and it's about reminding us, that even though sometimes feels like darkness is about us, even though there are dark times in our lives, it's about creating newness. Um, uh, they say the the darkness is the darkest right before the dawn.
Mhm.
So sometimes when we perceive things as being chaotic and dark in our lives, it's a necessary part of creating newness. We need to be patient with it and navigate our way without fear and without fear or anger or and just try to understand like taking one step at a time.
Very interesting. Now they are saying to absorb as much as possible because we will be moving on very quickly. Don't know why we're moving on very quickly. I don't know if they figure we're absorbing too fast and they want to make sure that everything has time to integrate. But we will be called to go back each by ourselves at the right time once we fully integrate what we received. And I will be getting coordinates very shortly. So enjoy the walls, enjoy the floor, enjoy the scenery, the gold specks, tentacles, tendrils, whatever. Um,
I have coordinates.
okay.
Uh, lightning speed 1974. Lightning speed 1974.
Okay. And we're there. That's a lightning speed. Okay. All right. Hold on, let me catch up because that was a little quick for me. Not enough coffee today. Anyway, let's see. Um, I am I am in a place where there's a lot of dragons. It's a cave looking thing, and I see a lot of dragon eggs and nests and all that, and I see some dragons just going around making sure everything is okay. I don't know who's parent to who or what. I'm just it's like a big nursery sort of or incubator, but no eggs have hatched. They're still in their eggs, but they're all dragons. Now, to the point where when I'm doing like this, I'm feeling the energy, like right here. And even when I go like this, I feel the energy just, oh, wow, okay. So anyway, I'm putting my hands down. Um, uh, and I see outside of what we would call that cave, I see a lot of other dragons flying around. So I don't know if this is break time for mom to go feed or what, but or for dad, I don't know. I just know that this is where I am right now. I am getting pulled to one corner, and so I'm slowly walking. And again, I'm slowly walking, and they're going to push me. I know it, but I'm walking that way. So if anybody has anything that they are experiencing differently or they want to share.
The energy is quite beautiful. It can be intense or it can be gentle. Depends on what your perception is.
Mhm.
Outside the cave environment, there are trees that have crystals growing from them.
Mm.
Back in the cave, in another room or two,
Mhm.
don't ask me why, there are sunflowers growing. And how sunflowers are growing in a cave, I don't know. But they
Mm.
are.
Okay.
Apparently, there is something in the sunflower that is helpful to the mother dragon as she nurtures the little dragons.
Mm. Okay. Wow.
Trying to picture that one, and I'm getting some really weird images.
Wow. I'm just like, wow. That's all I can say.
Hmm,
Oh. Mm.
It'd be a little spiky.
Hmm. Oh, I am that energy that I am receiving is definitely healing energy. And it's not that it's intense, it's gentle enough to be able to go through my walls and my protection, but it's also intense in the fact that it's really going in deep into the root of whatever I need healing in. It's definitely a physical healing at this moment. Um, so, because even my right knee does not hurt right now. So I made it to that corner, and now I was guided to sit in what it's like a chair built into the cave, sort of. So I should sit there and I could look at all the eggs, all there's got to be hundreds of them, um, all around and straight out to the so-called entrance exit, which is looks like it's miles away. Um, and no exaggeration, it looks like it's miles away because of all the numbers of eggs that are just there. And it seems like they're in different degrees, if that makes sense, of incubation at different time
Mhm.
periods. It's like they have, like, for example, this is about to hatch, and then this one will get into that section. And there was just, the ones that were just created, laid for this purposes, I don't know, are all the way to my left as I'm facing that way. So it's very interesting. It's which is nice to see because that means that they're coming back and the lineages are definitely reproducing now. Beautiful colors, by the way. They have gorgeous colors. And yet each one of them is a different color. Um, and then there's only only two pure pure whites, all white crystals, all white shell, all white. Every is completely white, and there's only two of them, and those are shining a lot brighter than all the other ones at this very moment. Um, which is called to my it called my attention right away because out of all the other ones, you have some emerald green, some that are a mixture of different blues, and blue into purplish, indigo colors, that kind of thing. And yet this is completely different and all white. Very interesting. Even the crystals are not clear crystals, they're like milky white. Um, so I guess those are a little bit more special in some way or form. Uh, um, anyone else want to share?
The dragon eggs have the capacity, the eggs themselves can grow to accommodate the dragon inside, because obviously it may start out small to us, but it quickly needs room.
Mm-hmm.
So those eggs actually can morph in size. And that's part of that classification system you were sensing.
Mm-hmm.
The two white ones, it's interesting that there are two, are future queens.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
and
why I
they,
said two, which like,
yeah, and they will rule separate areas. I would say empires, but that for a dragon, there is no such thing as an empire.
right, right.
So I use the term to give us a focus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there will be two queens. Some of the eggs that are there will rise and be part of their court,
Mm-hmm.
but not all of them.
Right.
Some of them will be protectors.
Mm-hmm.
Others will be teachers or professors or elder guides, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the purple ones are mystics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's just amazing to see. Um, it's, it's a very enchanted planet, I'll call it. Wherever we are, uh, not only because of the dragons, but got the crystal trees, and um, there's just all kinds of mystical energy surrounding this area.
Mm-hmm.
The eggs aren't the atmosphere that the eggs are in is um visually still. There's colors, changing colors, there's music, um sometimes it's soft and soothing, sometimes the music is active and lively. um it's like there's a uniform environment that all the eggs will experience while all the dragons will experience while they're in the eggs, laying a foundation for when they find their way out of the eggs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're being shown this to give us hope.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not only that the dragons will return, but we ourselves can be seen as the dragons in those eggs and receiving the education or knowledge that develops while they're in the eggs. We too have received at some point in our timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And as the dragons grow, so too will individuals grow if they allow themselves to be nurtured by wisdom.
Mm.
If they choose not to be nurtured by wisdom, their gifts and talents will not develop as fully. I won't say diminished, but they won't be as rich in nature.
Mm.
For those who do not choose to grow.
Yeah. Mm. It's very, very interesting. I'm just in mesmerized days, basically where I'm at right now. It's so much good energy that they all have. And it's all very healing again. Now I see my dragon right by the entrance of the cave, the nursery, whatever it's called. And it's actually asking me to go. We're going to be picked up by one of our dragons, each one of us. That's what I'm just hearing.
I'm kind of seeing it, look at it at its proverbial watch on its wrist going, okay, come on, guys.
Like, come on. Let's go.
It's time.
Yep.
Get a move on it.
It's time. We don't, we want our babies to grow good. You guys got to leave. You spent too much time here now. Okay, so everyone join their dragons or a dragon that comes and picks you up. And as we are slowly being brought from dimension to galaxy, etc., for us will seem slow, but it's really rapid speed because we will be here for centuries if we went really slow. Take deep breaths so you can pass through each curtain, wall, whatever border with ease. And we're slowly now just floating down into our own environment. You probably got to see your neighborhood, your block, go down to whatever building you're in at this moment, and down slowly. 4, 3, take deep breaths, slowly going deeper into your own being. 2, pay attention to the sounds. Take a nice deep breath. Back to 1, 0, so you can be completely back. Now, of course, you can take a deep breath, stretch, or you can stay in that sense of wonder and that sense of healing for as long as you wish. You do not have to wake up or open your eyes right away. Allow yourself to just integrate all that energy that you received whether you realized you received or not. Just let that flow through you, integrate, and at the same time, that energy is going to push out any energy that does not do you any good anymore, that is not for your greatest benefit any longer. So I'd like to thank everyone that was here today. Thank you to the lovely ladies that join me every week, my little team here. And thank you to all who decide to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the share button. If you have any comments or anything, you could always contact me at glendasmagicalcreations.com. Again, glendasmagicalcreations.com. And let's just say we wish you a great week. We'll see you next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And as always, love you. Bye.